Hello, fellow nerds. Turkey Goblin here, the strangest name on the internet. Today, I'm going through all my stuff that I've kept in my parents' storage for ages, and finally got it all out. I found my old Star Trek cards, and I haven't gone through these yet. I just was able to see that they're all Star Trek by going like this, and so we're gonna go through them right now and see what we find. It's kind of like a mystery box. It's this full box and this box. And I remember having a lot of First Contact in Deep Space Nine, so I'm looking forward to that because they're quite hard to get now. I'm going to go pretty fast through some of this stuff that isn't super interesting to me because I've been seeing it lately in box openings and stuff. I played this game only for a couple months, but apparently I bought quite a bit more than I realized because that's cool. Board cube. I did First Contact. I am right. I did have First Contact. I think I mainly bought First Contact, Deep Space Nine, and one other set I can't remember. Trying to find a way to go through this with it being clear on the camera and also able to see them myself and have it be reasonably quick. Here, let's see. I think I'm just gonna... I just looked up this, so these are Borg icons, the blue, the green, and the red. One of them is defense, one of them is communication, and let's see. Well, I just lost the page I had open. One moment. Okay, the blue is communication, the green is navigation, and the red is defense. You need a red to initiate a battle with your Borg, although you need special cards to battle as a Borg. You can counterattack on a next turn, but you play at start of battle to download to one of your ships. The location a defense drone. 2 of opponent initiated battle. So you can counterattack. If they attacked you on one turn, you can attack the next turn, but Android Headlock. Mortally wounds a Borg drone, Jemadar, Rogue Borg, or... Is that, I don't know what kind of personnel that is. I've forgotten. Just engage your android in combat. Woo! I didn't even see that. So that's awesome. I'm surprised this is in a sleeve. I usually kept quite good care of my cards, but Star Trek wasn't very big in my area, and I was about 12, and so once people they stopped running tournaments, I must have just assumed anyways, it's still in decent condition. That's really cool. I'm so glad because it's just so hard to get First Contact nowadays. Look at that. 12 cunning. I'm so glad I have all this First Contact stuff. Zephyrin Cochrane. That's awesome as well. Yeah, I'll sort this stuff later. I'll just go, ooh, isn't this... Oh, no, this isn't an ultra rare. It's, I'm thinking of, the Borg set. There's a Borg set that... Maybe this is an ultra rare. I'm going to look it up, here in a moment. So that's cool. Zephyrin Cochrane's telescope. Okay, this card I've been seeing in deck list. I've looked online, and it's actually I think it's actually a little bit pricey to get, so I'm glad I have these. Downloads any enterprise, discard event, or plays on table, adds 1 to range, weapons, and shields of each of your enterprises. So being able to just download an enterprise for free is really good. That's awesome. I just can't get over how relieved I am that I happen to buy First Contact stuff. It's not super expensive. I mean, I saw, plain simple Garrick. I saw a booster box that went on eBay recently, as of like 3 days ago. It was an auction that ended, and it went for about 140, so that's not too bad, but it's a little bit out of my price range for just opening stuff right now. Diplomacy, acquisition, biology may be replaced by another version at any time. I love, oh my gosh. So I've just seen this, but it's on the top. Another Borg Queen. Looks like I paid $7 for her. That is a Star Wars card. Sorry about that. That's the main game I played. Torazel. That's Ducat's daughter. I literally have no idea what's in here. I have some idea because I did buy, like I said, I do have distinct memories of buying First Contact and Deep Space Nine. Downloads the Borg Cube and 7 drones to replace any Borg ship dilemma in play. Discard event and dilemma. Draw no cards this turn. That seems really good. I know that I have certain personnel, or at least, hopefully they're in here. I have memories of them, because I've been looking through visual guides of the sets recently, as I've been getting back into the game, and back into collecting it, and, you know how you just recognize something and it's familiar to you? I have that with certain personnel, like some First Contact personnel, like when I looked at the picture of Geordi, I recognized it, and I'm like, I have that somewhere. I'm really excited to see if I have all this Borg, because I want to play a Borg deck, and we are going to open a Voyager box today or tomorrow, or perhaps I'll post the Voyager box first, or a Borg box, so we will get more Borg, but can always use more, especially since I won't be opening First Contact. Looks like some outpost here. Nord, Neutral, Cardassian, Glestron, which is Cardassian and Federation. Bunch of Deep Space Nine locations. More Borg. 10 of 19. Eyes in the dark. Yellow alert. So, when I played, you basically had to play Red Alert to be competitive. Red Alert is a card that allows you to play a limited number of personnel and ships every turn. Normally, you can only play one personnel or a ship per turn. But Red Alert allowed you to play an unlimited amount, so everyone played Red Alert. Bunch of systems, Torek, Chase Michaels, Montgomery Scott. I just saw an eBay auction where I think someone thinks that he's a rare and he's actually an uncommon. And they've listed the eBay auction with 40 Montgomery Scotts and a bunch of other stuff, and they made sure to lay them all out. And I think they're going to be disappointed when they find out that Montgomery Scott is not a rare. I also am excited to get as much Dominion as I can because I would like to, basically I like to have all the options. I like to play as many possible decks as I can. I like variety. I'm gonna set all my Borg aside here and see how many I get when I'm done here. I've just been watching the new Lost in Space. Has anyone checked that out yet? I read some strict criticism of it before I started watching it, so I had really low expectations. But so far I've been enjoying it. It's not got the silliness of the original, which I'll be honest, I haven't even seen that much of it, but I've seen enough to know a little bit about it. It doesn't have the silliness. Is that the regular? That's just the generic. It doesn't have the silliness, and it's quite serious, but I like it so far. Set these Borg aside. About episode 5 so far. I'll watch any space show, any space show or movie that isn't horror. I'm not a big fan of the sci-fi horror genre. I mean, stuff like Alien is alright. Not alright. I love the original Alien, but I mean stuff like Alien. But generally, I feel like sci-fi horror is just not my cup of tea. I don't like horror. Queen's Borg Cube. That is good. Very happy to have that. Put that in a sleeve here. Lily Sloan. The Phoenix. That is that first ship, correct? Yeah, it is. The first ship that had a warp drive. It's got a whole big range of 1. I will watch as I was saying, I will watch anything that takes place in space. Except for if it is just a bunch of horror. I am not into that. So, of course, I'm going to watch Lost in Space because it's got all the key ingredients, I feel like, for a good sci-fi show that takes place in space. It's got aliens. It's got traveling out of our system. Our solar system, and into the reaches of space. I just love the exploration. I am in love with it. I always have been. Started with Star Trek, and then it got into Star Wars, and then back to Star Trek. And it's sort of gone way far into Star Trek now over Star Wars. I like them both, though. I mean, I love all space stuff. Just rambling here. Don't have much to say. I'm looking to see. Gotta hope that there's gotta be that Geordie in here because I remember it so distinctly. That picture that I've seen from First Contact, the Geordie, I've seen online. I have him somewhere. I'm just going to go through all these white real quick because I don't think there's anything too fun in them. Mainly looking for my Deep Space Nine and First Contact stuff. Kathleen Tonneau. 2 of 19, 11 of 19, 13 of 19, 6 of 11, 8 of 19, 15 of 17, 16 of 19. Lot of Borg. Awesome. The Borg Sphere, the Borg Scout Vessels. That is fantastic. I'm really excited now to start a Borg deck. So, the Borg play a bit differently than the other affiliations. You do not use regular missions to score points. You use objective cards and a few different other ways to score your points. And so they play out a little bit differently. And they have special cards that allow them to probe, basically for alien life. There's the Geordie. I knew it was in there. Allows you to probe for alien life, which is you look at the top card of your deck, and if it matches some icons on the probe card, you do certain things that the probe card tells you to do. Here we go. Here's an example. Assimilate planet. Plays on target. Plays on table. Target an unassimilated planet on spaceline, except a homeworld, with a point box showing at least 35 points. Your Borg may scout the planet. If you have Borg at the spaceline location, you may probe. So you probe. You look at the top card of your deck. If it has that blue or red icon, which is, I believe, we just looked at it. The red is defense, and the blue is communication. So if you reveal the top card of your deck and you have a communication or defense drone, the planet is assimilated, and you download it looks like an additional objective card, and you score 25 points. Governor Worf, fantastic. Former member of the Klingon High Council in an alternate timeline in which by 2395 the Klingons had taken over the Romulan Empire. Garanagar. Now it looks like we're getting some interesting stuff here. Assimilate this. Nullifies build interplexing beacon or Crosis or orbital bombardment. Also, owner of that card loses points, even if playing Borg. Let's see what this does. Caesar plays on table. Target a space mission with a point box where an opponent's ship was destroyed, or Wolf 359. If not yet scouted, your Borg may scout that location. If you have a Borg there, you may probe. If you reveal a defense drone or a... Gosh, this will be the last time, I promise. Navigation. Green is navigation. Green navigation. Blue communication. Red defense. Come on. Come on. Green. If you reveal a navigation or defense, place on target. May search opponent's discard pile for one ship to place underneath objective and its special equipment to all your ships. Cool. Ooh! Galen. Jean-Luc Picard went undercover in 2370, posing as a mercenary and artifact smuggler. Does not work with Federation affiliation. Yeah, it looks like I never played some of these, the Worf or this. More Borg. Non-Borg cannot get past. Lose 10 points. unless you could have met mission requirements. At start of attempt, Borg must have both communication, navigation, and defense personnel to proceed. So turn those around here. Sense the Borg. Plays if a Borg ship, Borg personnel, Borg ship dilemma, or rogue Borg just entered play. Download weak spot or hue or Borg neuroprocessor or ready door. Cool. Yeah, you can tell I haven't been through these in a while because they're all backwards. She's not a rare, I don't think. Let's just breeze through these. Q's planet. Owner inserts anywhere on spaceline. Each player may place up to 3 seed cards here from the hand. Discard pile or Q's 10. Until solved, an additional 40 points are needed for any player to win. May also be stocked in Q's 10. May not be nullified. 13 of 19. 11 of 19. 13 of 19. So many Borg. Oh, there's another Geordie. No wonder it's so distinct in my memory. Had a couple of them. Whoops. Got sort of a precarious setup right here. I need to fix this here in a minute. Yeah, I'm really excited for the season 2 of the new Trek. Although I'm just really, really hoping, I won't give any spoilers away. I'm really hoping there's some shenanigans to explain a certain ending, if you will. A certain person not being there anymore, being dead. I really like that certain person, and I thought they were the best part of the show, and I thought they made it fantastic. They made a fantastic version of what they were supposed to be, for what they fulfilled, without giving away any spoilers. Although I'm assuming anyone watching this has likely seen it. If you haven't, you should go see the whole series. It's on Netflix. So I'm really hoping there's some explanation and he comes back, because he was perfect in so many ways. I remember him, wasn't he? So in the episode of DS9, there was an outbreak that made it so everyone spoke gibberish, and it started with O'Brien, and this guy panicked, and they had a lockdown, a quarantine on the station, and he panicked because his whole ship was infected. So he ignored the docking clamps and tried to take off, and almost blew the station up. Thankfully, he didn't, and his life was saved as well. Lots of missions. I'm gonna put these to good use. Oh, well, I just saw it before you did. There's another Geordie. So 3 Geordies. No wonder it was so strong in my memory. It is really hard to hold a stack of cards and look at them, and also make sure they show up clearly on the camera. Sorry about that. auto-destruct deactivated. I thought that was an auto-destruct. Would have been more interesting. You will make an excellent drone. Converts your counterpart to a drone. Discard any assimilate counterpart objective placed on that board. Having apparently seduced a new counterpart to join the collective with temptations of flesh, the queen had no further use for her equal. So, originally with First Contact, USS Bozeman, originally with First Contact, they were not going to introduce a Borg queen, and they were just going to have drones, because it fit all the lore that they had created thus far about the Borg. However, I believe I was either the writer or somebody involved realized that they needed somebody for Picard and the other members of the crew to interact with in order for it to be, accepted, for people to accept the movie on a whole. Borg Outpost. Seeds 1 if playing Borg or build later any location. So they created the Borg Queen so that Picard would have someone to have a foil. Not necessarily, sorry, foil's not a good word. So yeah, originally there wasn't supposed to be a queen. Thankfully they did, look at that backwards card. Star Wars did a couple of these. It's called Mirror Image. And luckily they did do that because she is amazing, the Borg Queen. I think so, at least. But she almost didn't exist. And it makes sense how they explain that she was destroyed in First Contact but reappears in Voyager. Because if you think about it, of course she would. They have a giant collective. If she dies, she just has her consciousness placed into another female Borg that gets assimilated. This is cool. 60 points. 1 VIP from each of these 3 affiliations, and 1 non-aligned VIP. So we have one more chunk here in this this box here. I remember buying a couple of these starters, desperately trying to get a Federation or Bajoran one, and I just got Cardassian after Cardassian after Cardassian. I was able to trade away one of my Cardassians for another one. I can't remember which one I got, though. Let's see if this back has it. Yeah, so you have a chance to get a Bajoran, a Klingon, Cardassian, Federation, Borg, or a Romulan. I think I should have a Bajoran, actually, somewhere. I believe that's what I traded for. I just recently opened a Borg one. Setting my Borg aside so I can do something with them later. Ooh. Diana, sweet. I had a crush on her, so I remember getting a lot of these. USS Nebula. Oh, Worf. Awesome. I thought he looked familiar as well. Now we're getting somewhere. Couple more stacks here. Hopefully we'll get a couple more interesting things. I guess I've already owned it, but I do not remember what's in it, so it's kind of like opening something. USS Odyssey. Attributes all +1 in Gamma Quadrant. Has a holodeck and a tractor beam. 888. Not bad. Not bad. Verisul. Another Geordie. Okay, yep. So I was right about that. That's for sure. And a Beverly Picard. Ian Andrew Troy and a Beverly Picard. And an Admiral Layton. Rachel Garrett. Now we're getting somewhere. Data. I knew I had some stuff. I knew I had some good personnel. Data's got 7 integrity, 12 cunning, 12 strength. Better finish this video quick. Keiko. I do not remember Keiko. Alright, I better slam through these. Beverly Crusher. Before this, William Riker. I knew I had some stuff, but I don't remember having this much. A Picard. A Wesley Crusher. Just there. I remember this card. Alright, looks like that's it. There's 2 more cards here. They might be a surprise. Nope. Well, that's it. Pretty happy that I still have all this stuff and still have some good personnel. I will put them to good use. And I will open up a Voyager box, and you'll either have seen it or it'll be up. And thanks for watching. This is Turkey Goblin, the strangest name on the internet.